Welcome back to Beautiful Mind today. I'm Roland Attenborough. I'm the host today, and thank you very much for having me as a guest. We're going to be speaking about Bitcoin, and we're going to be talking about the daily chart, and then we're going to zero in on the hourly chart. I just wanted to point out a few things. You know, with geometric angles, we can pretty much overcome and find the strength and weakness of anything. And I just wanted to share with you, we have a downward moving channel, and it's at about 5 degrees. It shows here. And what's interesting about utilizing parallel lines and geometric angles is that we can find anomalies that are connected with them. And this one as well is another parallel channel at 5 degrees. And it therein captures our extreme data point, as did this one. So with that in mind now, we know that we have some building block and some downward and sideways movement. And we've been talking about this for a long time. We've stated if we could not break above these old tops here, that would show extreme weakness, and that is precisely what's happened. Now I've run some other parallel channels capturing our other two tops here, and we're going to just zero in a little bit on the hourly chart. But before we do that, I have a summer sale on right now, and it's running till August 31st, and I have two specials right now. I have my online forecasting course, and it's on for $9.39, and it's a really great value. It's the best value actually, and it includes a natural square, which is this thing here, and it comes with a little booklet and some planets, and I ship that to you. There's 11 plus videos, and they're big, and these tutorials cover the natural square and also discussing time cycles and how to build stuff like that. I have 30 plus original documents in there. They're mostly original, all GANN stuff, right? He sold this stuff way back in the day. And these are to build a market forecast with his time cycles. I include an S&P 500 forecast for 2024 with a workbook. Also, it comes with a video inside of this. Same with this two Bitcoin forecasts, 2024 and 2025. And it comes with a workbook too. So I show you how to do all this. I have a MicroStrategy forecast for 2024, and I show you the market vibration in days. You know, this we do with stocks when they don't have a lot of history. So this stock has a short history, so we use the beginning of where it starts, and I show you how to build a forecast and how accurate they are. This one is a big update. This soybean 1948 chart. This shows you the square of 9 and how financial astrology lines up. And when Mars and Jupiter were conjunct at 270 degrees of the zodiac, the price was 270, and then a bear campaign started there. So that's a really interesting one there, and that shows you that GANN was in fact using planets and on his chart and using the circle. So that's a really interesting one, and that one threw me off for years, but I finally put it together. Anyways, I have a follow-up, like 360. Anytime you are stuck or have questions, I have answers. You know, I love this stuff, so if you're stuck, hit me up. And this is a very large and in-depth subject material, so when you get this, take it in slowly and just keep building upon it and back test it. Also, you can just purchase the natural square on its own for $331. It comes shipped to you with a short booklet of instructions and the planetary pieces. And you'll be able to forecast price and time better than the pros, that's for sure. And this is perfect for advanced researchers or beginners alike. All right, let's go ahead now and let's just go take a look at our hourly chart and see what we got going on there. Zooming in on our hourly chart here, you can see that my angles, when I put them on the daily chart, just need to tighten them up here, and that's precisely what we're going to do. So looking at our hourly chart, we can tell the weakness and the strength of a stock or a commodity or anything. Now looking at this, I still don't feel that a bottom is totally in place. This is part of our bottoming phase. We had one on June 24th, and I was calling for that one. You guys know that. Our next series of bottoms comes after this lower swing top here from this mid part of the month here. And I expect from the 16th we could have a rapid and major move back, and that could take us back firstly to 48. Like we could just sit right back here again and sit on our old top at 49. You remember this? That was January 13th. That's right. I also feel that it's possible we could move down to this 45 and 46 level. Now this can occur around the 26th to the 29th, and as well could come anytime sooner. Like it could come in, but we are having a lower top, and we're going to talk about this right now. So speaking about our channels, okay, so we've came up underneath this channel here, and we've showed a lot of weakness here. We couldn't get above that, right? So that meant we have to move down. And what did we say what happens? Well, we come back up and we retest this underbelly situation every time. This is how the market works. And this is precisely and exactly what happened. And you can see that we've done this, and now we are getting ready. So we've come up against our angle again, and it looks like we're about to show some more weakness here. And if we don't burst through this and get above this top right here that we have at 63,000, then yeah guys, I'm sorry, but it's Humpty Dumpty, and we'll be heading down to 48, 49, and possibly this 45, 46 before this subsides. And from there we will have the continuation of our bull market. But right now, accumulation and distribution has not subsided. Therein, we are waiting and looking for the end of this time cycle, which is in this July. So we're looking for that. I also noted that I'm going to show you in my workbook. We found some anomalies that are associated with Mars and Uranus. So Mars being right here is in Taurus right now at the 23rd degree, and back then 3.5 years ago it made 58K, and then it subsequently went down to 44, right? When these two planets, or sorry, when Mars was at this degree of the zodiac 3.5 years ago, okay? So, and then we spiked back up through the month and back up to 60 by the end of the month after we've had this big pullback to 54. Now we've been vibrating exactly the same right now as we did 3.5 years ago. And I was just taking a look at this because I was just like, wow, you know, this time cycle is really, it's really running out, you know, as it did 3.5 years ago. So I thought I'd show you that. What can we see? Well, we're gonna have this we're gonna have this retest and a failure, and if we don't get above this, then we're gonna be moving back down and recontacting these yellow angles and back down to a bottom, and we'll be moving down. And that would probably be very rapid, this next one again, as we've been seeing in these past moves here. Just sort of tightening this up. We have these underbelly moves, and then we have these fast moves down, right? We come in up to this underbelly, and then we have this fast move down. So it looks an awful lot like, right, history is repeating. We're coming up under the underbelly. We're about to have another retest. All right. And then it's possible and likely that we have a tumultuous fall off here, a really fast move. Now, 44 is down here, and, we could certainly sit back right down in this whole area. This is not a big deal for Bitcoin. Like, it can move so fast, it's not even funny. And as you guys know, I'm a bad news bears at the best of times, and this is why I have Bitcoin, and my forecasts are correct, because I don't use emotions. I'm waiting for this to happen based on mathematical sequences. And so should you. So looking at this now, we're waiting now for this headbutt up into this area here. And if we get a headbutt here and a rejection, we do have two higher lows, but this does not mean anything yet until we break above this or get a reaction and a failure. As I've been stating here, we're not out of the woods. I kept telling you guys, we're just not out of the woods. And we have to be patient. And as I've told you many times before, that, these sideways channels, they can just go on forever and a day, and you just get tired of it, right? I told you this, right? And then the market changes, and you got tired of watching it, but I didn't. And thankfully, this is why I have this channel dedicated to educating you. So looking at this now, guys, until we can establish breaking above these areas here and showing some strength, our 3.5 year trend right now is still running out. And we still have our Jupiter cycle, which I've been talking about. By this August here, we're going to be, by August, we'll be back up to our old tops. And we need to actually have a breakout and a breakthrough, which is what my forecast calls for in September. Because every time we're 5 months after the halving event, go ahead and look back on your charts. Please do it. Go take a look at my tutorials proving that. The 5th month is a month where we come up and we re-challenge our old tops, and that will occur August, September. We'll be 5 months from April, and I expect that we will be challenging this area. And that also runs out well with our counts, because September obviously is 180 degrees from our March top and 360 degrees from our 1 year September 11th bottom. So looking at those counts, we have some cycles running out here, and this September is we're probably going to catch a bounce on this 45 degree angle here, and it's looking an awful lot like this is playing out as our forecast is stating. So just be patient here. We could experience a little bit more of a downward pressure and a rollover. I just sort of laid out to you that 3.5 years ago, when Mars was in Taurus exactly as it is now, it's recreating the price actions of 3.5 years ago, and that's very significant and important for us to pay attention to. So looking at that, we just need to be wary that we're up against a possible, this is one of those areas again, this is a bull trap right here. if this thing rolls over, this is going to be another bull trap like this, right? And it just keeps happening. It's just these rollovers, right? These bull traps. You have to watch out for these. When they retest these underbellies and they just cannot get the strength to get above it, you'd better pay attention to that. So I've marked another 45-degree angle here that coincides perfectly with our previous little top here that's just within a few hours ago. So just be careful. We're going to be retesting these angles, and we may have a resumption of this bear market. And I just feel that that's just the case because this is what's happened, you know, many years ago. And usually in the summertime, stocks and Bitcoin have a terrible run. Most people are more concerned with getting outside and enjoying the great outdoors. So keep that in mind, guys. Just be really patient because I expect we could be coming down and recontacting any time in this area here. And even August, by the way. We can still have a major swing back in August. Just because I'm calling for a top here and we come back and retest it, I mean, we could certainly have a retest and a huge Humpty Dumpty. Like Bitcoin moving several $1,000s in a day is not unheard of. You know, you guys, we got clobbered way back on March 5th, right? We moved like $13,000 in like one day, right? That was a 21% move back, right? So right now I think we're around the 24% for a pullback. Let's just double check that. Yeah, we're around the 24 to 25% pullback right now, and our next pullback is this 32.8, and a 32.8 would look like for us, you know, this 49 level. This is what we're looking at. And if we were to come back to 44, you know, this 38.2 level, which I think, you know, is very possible here. Like, I mean, it's just so, this is our next Fibonacci. And you notice this, like, I'm sorry guys, but our middle bar is, that's right, it lines up. And it's saying that this is it. And it's down. So we could end up down here. This doesn't necessarily mean that's going to happen. But right now we're very weak inside the square. And we're in this quadrant right now, and we're about to finish off this. So we could eke out a major bottom, or we can break through and start a new square up. Just looking at that. Anyways, guys, I just thought I'd show you some of this stuff. So be patient, all right? We could be in for a move down to the 40s, the mid 40s, if we do not get above this underbelly and these tops here. So pay attention to that. This is an imminent time change coming in right here. All right, guys, peace and love.